The brand new USA Pro Cycling Challenge broke its teeth with the Quiznos Prologue time trial over 5.2 miles. It all started in the Garden of the Gods. It would finish in Colorado Springs, and there was no doubt, Paul, who the stars were.
No, Frank Schleck, third overall in the Tour de France, was very popular at the start. So too with his brother Andy on the start of what is not normally their strong point.
And just to complete the podium of July's Tour de France, Cadel Evans, the Tour de France champion, was there as well. 130 riders in all taking part in this inaugural event, and surprises from the off. Christian van der Velde of Garmin-Cervelo was the 11th man of the 130 to start, and he wouldn't know till the very end that his time would stand up good enough to take second place.
Yeah, when he came up to the finish line, he stopped the clock in 8 minutes and 29 seconds, and that was a time that stood for a very long time. At the end of the day, he would end up in second place overall.
Later on, he thanked the marvellous crowd of Colorado Springs because they were there in their thousands. The other big surprise of the day started just a couple of places after Van der Velde, Brent Bookwalter of Team BMC. It looked as though it was going to be a treat for the Americans. His time, just 2 seconds slower, 8:31. But then came the spoiler, the 41st rider to start, Patrick Gretsch of Team HTC High Road. He really did ride home with the top time, 8:27, for only his second victory ever as a professional.
Yeah, starting just number 41, but there were a lot of big names to come in the last part of the afternoon. Frank Schleck, of course, riding a discipline that he doesn't really like, and he got himself off very, very quickly indeed.
Huge crowds cheering on Frank Schleck there. They came a little bit early to try and get used to the altitude and the hot weather, but for Frank Schleck, he slipped away a little bit. He's not a noted time trial, 60th place as he kicks off his USA Pro Tour Challenge. George Hincapie, he got one of the biggest cheers of the day when he made his run.
He certainly did. What a great season. He's had 16th participation in the Tour de France this year. When he came up to the finishing line, he stopped the clock in 6th place, looking for just 7 seconds. Not bad for the old man of the sport.
He wouldn't like you hear you saying that, Paul, but that's true. Tommy Danielson was a big favourite, coming here after 9th place in the Tour de France and 5th place in the recent Tour of Utah. He's the man from Boulder, Colorado, and he turned it on in style. It was a great effort by one of the pre-race favourites, slotting in 20th place, 17 seconds behind Gretsch.
But everyone wanted to know how Andy Schleck was going to handle the altitude. He came out to Colorado a number of days earlier to get himself acclimatized. Never really one of the great individual time trialists, but a man who on 3 occasions has finished in 2nd place overall at the Tour de France.
Yes, the altitude and the journeys over 12,000 feet over the next 6 days of racing, that's what these riders are concerned about. Today, only 57th place for Andy Schleck, 36 seconds behind the time of Patrick Gretsch.
Levi Leipheimer is a great specialist in the individual time trial, and he, of course, coming up a very good win just recently in the recent Tour of Utah. He was the man that was looking to try and beat and better 8:27.
He really did look very fluid out on course, the former champion of the time trial, the Amgen Tour of California, but the long hill up to the finish cracked him just a little bit. He hit the line with the 7th best time, 8 seconds off the lead. That left just one rider to finish, wearing number 1 as the winner of the Tour de France. Cadel Evans was soon out on course to a massive cheer.
After a very long journey to get himself to Colorado, instead of taking the straight route, he went down to Australia first to be feted by his own nation, and then he made his way over here to Colorado, and he looked like he was going to do a very good ride when he came down to the final kilometre of the race.
Cheered all the way. That finishing bang at the top of the hill took an awful long time to reach for most of the riders. And when Cadel Evans got there, he wouldn't be on the podium, but he was in amongst it with the men who matter over the next 6 days. The win, though, Patrick Gretsch of HTC High Road, so the Americans could claim half of the victory there. That's an American team. Van der Velde and Bookwalter taking 2nd and 3rd, Robert Forster 4th, the evergreen Jens Voigt in 5th. These are the important ones, I think. Leipheimer, Van Garderen, Evans, all in the same time tonight, and that will please them as they go out onto the highway tomorrow. But it will be a German tomorrow who'll go out onto the highway towards Crested Butte. Patrick Gretsch, the 24-year-old, will pull on the Quiznos yellow jersey. He'll do battle on the high mountains tomorrow when they top 11,000 feet.